Last time on Babs Bear Talk. That's the east side of the freeway, guys. And we're on the west side. Look how hot that sun is, though. Catch it now? Don't want me to show you guys the traffic on that side. You guys see it? And just where are we heading? We're heading to Costa Mesa, California, because Dr. Mike Murdock, the televangelist that I told you guys before, told me on Periscope that he's going to come to my house for a meal the next time he comes to Southern California. Well, he's coming to Southern California. Well, he's here already. He's taping live shows with Benny Hinn, and he's going to have a partner meeting at 7 o'clock from 7 to 10 in Costa Mesa, California. I think he put another date on his agenda for tomorrow at noon, from noon to 3, and then he leaves and he goes to San Diego for 6 to 9, and then he flies back home. I told my pastor that he was coming because my pastor has been wanting an audience with him to invite him to come talk at the church, but I don't know if he's going to come or not, because he'll say he's going to come, then you don't see him show up, but I'm going. I don't expect that he's going to come eat at my house today, because his trip was, planned so suddenly. But I'm certainly gonna make my presence known, to him, because he's been talking to me on Periscope. So he knows my handle as Bear Pantry Show.
Take exit
Hold on, guys.
55 South.
55 South in 2 Mile Show. And he knows my handle as Bear Pantry Show. So I'm gonna introduce myself tonight. I've seen this man in person like 4 times, but what's going on? But I don't think he remembers me, because I'm not one of these $1,000 donors. I used to be, but I haven't been that way since like 07. Since before the recession.
The brook dried up.
The brook dried up. I need to go find that woman at Zarephath, though, because that raven ain't come fed us no more. You guys who read the Bible will get that. So Joe's inside minding our seats, and I'm out here manning the table for when the people come. I'm supposed to do this. And then one of these notebooks and one of these gift books. So pretty much that's my job as a volunteer. So they moved me from over there where those two chairs are to here. See my little area? It's 6:35 right now, and it starts at 7.
Your favor is like sunrise. Your favor is like sunrise. Drive.
It was a wonderful meeting. I was able to help, like I showed you guys. And when he came, he greeted me, and I told him that I am Bear Pantry Show from Periscope, and that my real name is Barbara, like his older sister. And I kidded, I joked with him, and I said Daddy's favorite, because he always says his older sister was his dad's favorite. And he told me that he wanted me to stay behind because he wanted to get to know me.
Left to merge onto CA 91 East.
So I don't need the GPS anymore, but I don't know how to shut it off because I don't know how to use an iPhone. And I was able to speak with him about Mom's passing. Everything was all brief though, okay? And I just told him that the way he's handling his dad's passing has blessed me to just remind me that Mommy is in heaven, that body that was left behind is a shell, and that she's still alive. It just really sends it home for me. So anyways, I spoke with him about coming to the house for a meal. I told him about the show. He said he's gonna have to take us up on that. I don't know if he's serious or not, but you to drive. He won't take the phone to turn off the GPS, and he's the one driving. What's wrong with this man? You crazy? And I'm in the car? I don't want to be crippled. So I gave him the information about my church because my pastor has always told me, because I have contact with this man, that please invite him to come speak at the church, because sometimes just because you're a pastor don't mean you have contact with the other pastor, right? And so I was able to invite him tonight, and he asked me for all the information. I was even able to give him the pastor's cell phone, which the pastor gave me like 3 years ago, and told me to invite him. And I don't even know if the cell phone works, as I've never used it to know if it was his legit cell phone. And I gave him the church phone, and I gave him the address and the pastor's name, and he says this is all I need. So I'm really excited if he would put that phone call in and come to speak at my church, because those members at the church have never heard teaching like this man's teaching before, okay? So I'm really excited about that, but I'm gonna stay focused on the free ways to help Joe out, and we're gonna have to go right home and take a shower and go to bed because we have to work tomorrow, but at least the kids are gonna come help us tomorrow. So I'll see you guys in the morning. We came back again today, guys. So as you can see, we came again. We did not plan to come to the event today from noon to 3 because we really needed to be at the shop, at least packing the stuff we already printed, let alone print. But we were talking about it this morning because the lady that was my assistant last night, or I was her assistant, she was like, please come back tomorrow. We came back, and one of Dr. Mike's pastors, his name is Pastor Ron, just like my pastor at my church, he really has a love for Joe, and it was Joe's time to just be so helpful in the ministry. And every minute they called Joe over, do this, and there was no arrogance about it. You know, Joe was telling me, he says, this is the difference that I feel about the men that travel with this man of God versus some of the people at the church that we attend. Not all the people, some of the people. And he says, I just pick up like an arrogance from those people, and that they are standoffish, where it's like, oh, who are you? Okay, if you're not kissing behind the pastor's butt, then you're nothing. You know, and this man needed Joe's help, wanted the help, and spoke to Joe man to man, you know, and just with respect and with love. And that was so awesome. That was so awesome. So we're gonna head home now. We're hungry again. We were so hungry last night. When I got home, all I drank was like some milk, some lactose-free milk, and I got like the worst hiccups. That was so bad because I didn't eat since 11:30 in the morning. I think I ate, what did I eat when we got home? Some grapes. That was it, and I didn't eat anything else. And then this morning I had a good breakfast, but I didn't eat anything since breakfast, and I'm hungry, and I have some grapes again. Look, you guys don't believe me that I eat grapes with the yogurt, the Greek yogurt. So we're in a little bit of traffic right now, but I think it'll blow out in a little bit. This 55, is this the 405 or the 55? What? 55. The 55 is always packed. I don't know why. So I'm heading home, and then I'm gonna see how the rest of my day turns out. I think Colin's sister might want to come record that vegan, I think it's a shake or something she's gonna make. She might come record that with me today. And I don't know why I'm feeling like making some bagels. I haven't made some bagels in a while, but I'm feeling it, so we'll see. Alright guys, so we made it home. I'm hungry. The chicken is nowhere near being done. And I had some beef that I was gonna make. And then Jada told me she ate my beef. And so we're back to that commercial from the 1980s. Where's the beef? Where's the beef? I'm just gonna eat some popcorn and chill. So it was a wonderful event. I'm glad that we went for the 2 days. Joe was the star today. He really was able to sow his seed of his time into this ministry today. You know, Dr. Mike is very controversial, and I've liked him for a very long time. And he says some things that I don't agree with. Like, I think he's for Donald Trump, and I'm not. But it's okay. We can still have differing opinions and still care for each other, right? So all too soon, this elections will be over and you're going to be scrambling for your friends. So whoever you were arguing with about politics, just quash it. It doesn't have to be like that. So Joe, like I said, he looked so good today. I really looked at my sweet Joe and was like, wow, this gym stuff that he's been doing is working. His stomach was flat. I love the black t-shirt that he wore, the black slacks, the boots. Joe, did you see the guy that had the boots on with a snake head on it? That was scary. And so he walked around. The minute he got there and he sat down, Dr. Mike's pastor that traveled with him, his name is Pastor Ron, was like, and called him over, and Joe was there to lend a helping hand. He packed up all those books with all the other men that were helping, loaded it into Dr. Mike's SUV for them to go to San Diego. And it was really, really nice to see Joe just like so happy to be sowing his seed of his time into this ministry. And like I said, he looked good. I'm saying, I told Joe, if I didn't know you, I would have wanted to know you. And so that's how you know that he looked really, really good. And all the ladies were flocking him. I'm telling you, black ones, white ones, Filipino ones, all types of women, old ones, young ones. Joe, don't put that thing on and pretend you don't hear me. I'm telling them, all the ladies that were after you. Black ones, white ones, Filipino ones, old one, young one, skinny ones, fat ones. And I was like, look at Joe though. Look at Joe. He was catnip for them ladies out there today, but he looked good. So I'm going to go find something to eat, huh? Joe says stop telling people these things. Jada, what happened to that girl? Is she going to come cook with me? Or is it all up to me?
I don't know.
Okay, let me go find out what's going on, guys. Hey guys, so it's 4 o'clock Sunday evening. Joe and I went to work today. We went from 9 to noon and we packed one whole pallet. So that's 25 cases times 489. That gives you 12,225 bottles we packed all by our little lonesome selves. So we're more than halfway done with this job and I need my money. So I'm rushing it. And because we didn't go to work yesterday, we figured we had to go in and at least pack today. So tomorrow printing commences again. I've got a few other things that are coming in that I really wish would hurry up and come because that would give me money to be able to pay the rent on time and not have to wait for this big money, okay? So I had some dough left over from the jam rolls that I made for Dr. Mike. Oh, did I tell you guys I made him jam rolls? Okay, so see, I used the leftover dough to make banana cream pie. Oh, I'm getting it all on it. Wait. And I'm letting it cool down to room temperature. Then I'm going to put it on the fridge for like an hour. And I wanted to hurry up and be done because I need to taste it before I leave to finish up the show. But anyways, as I was saying, I made Dr. Mike some jam rolls because I figured if I could give him something from the Bear Pantry Kitchen, he will remember who I am. So I jumped up yesterday morning when we decided we were going to go back, and I made the jam rolls and they came out so beautifully. Isn't that always the case when you are rushed to do something in the way of cooking and you're not even paying attention to what you're throwing in it? That's when it comes out the best. But when you're taking time and meticulously trying to do it, it comes out horrible. Yeah, that happens to me a lot with cakes. Anyways, the jam rolls came out lovely. I wrapped them in beautiful parchment paper that I cut precisely. I didn't have little ribbons to tie them with, but I figured, you know, they're all men. It's Dr. Mike and 2 assistants. So it's like all men. Where's the phone? Hold on. So anyways, where was I? Yeah, I didn't tie it with ribbons because, you know, they're men after all, and, you know, men don't do well with little finger type things. So I wrapped it up and I went to Walmart and I picked up a beautiful rectangle bin, I guess, from the Pioneer Woman's Collection. I love this woman's collection so much. I wish I had that collection to sell. I'm telling you guys. And I picked that up and I put the jam rolls in and I put it in a little gift bag, and I was able to hand deliver that to Dr. Mike with a card. And you guys know I invited him to come speak at my church, and he said he would come, so I put all the info in the card. And you can see him carrying the little bag right here. I'll cut away and show you guys. Yeah, so he held on to it for dear life, and I told him eat it on the way to San Diego because he was heading to San Diego. And of course he was asking, are you guys coming with us? Are you kidding? I didn't have gas to reach San Diego or the time to drive. Joe was so dead tired after he brought me home. He's like, I can't make it to San Diego. That's 2 hours plus the 1 hour that we drove to get home from where he was located. And then to stay there 3 hours and then come back. But this one guy that was really annoying in the first meeting, he sat next to me and he like sprawled himself open so I couldn't even sit on my chair really well. And he's not even a big guy, but he just sprawled himself, you know, it's like, sit up. And he went to the San Diego meeting. I guess he has like his mom or somebody lives in Temecula, so he was able to base out there and go to that. You could hear him and his stupid laugh going, hey. I'm like, oh my God, Joe, that guy's there. I could hear him. And Joe's like, how do you know he's there? You don't see him. I said, I hear him. He was annoying next to me for that Friday night, so he was annoying last night too. So anyways, I want to go to church for 6 o'clock. They had a speaker this morning, and that lady was asking for some big money because she said today is Rosh Hashanah, and we're not Jewish, but the church still celebrates a lot of the things on the Jewish calendar. And she's like, this is Rosh Hashanah, so give like, I think it was $1,007. And then for the people, Joel, stop laughing. For the people who couldn't afford that, they wanted $577. They were working off of the number 7. And then they went to 177, 107. They never went down to 77. Barbara could have tried at 77. I'm just saying. That doesn't sound right. Hurry up, pie. Hurry up. I want this pie to cool down so I can put it in the fridge. Then I could cut a piece and taste it. Well, I'm already dressed for church. Take a look. I don't have no shoes on, but it's black and white Sunday. So I don't have, this is not white, but it's okay. I have full black. And you know Joe, he is not going to wear the collars. But I gave up on him a long time ago. No fighting. I guess I better try to go eat something because then I'm going to be really ravenously hungry at church. So I'll be back. It's a little bit overcast today, but it's still a beautiful day in Southern California. It's Monday, October the 3rd, guys, and we're heading into work.
Good morning, people.
Did you have a good weekend, babe?
Pretty much.
Friday, Dr. Mike, Saturday, Dr. Mike, and Sunday, Pastor Ron.
Yeah, now I'm churched out now.
9 hours of church all weekend. Now, we certainly didn't plan on that. We only planned to go see Dr. Mike on Friday. He very seldom comes to Southern California. And I guess sometimes he comes and he's so busy with what he's doing that he doesn't really have time to have these little partner meetings. And the three other times we have been to his partner meetings, they were so packed, 125 people, that even if he took a picture with you, he probably didn't remember you. Even if you took him a gift, he probably didn't remember who gave him the gift, you know? So this time it was different because I was speaking to him on Periscope and he was interacting with me. Remember when I stepped into his room, he was like, Bear Pantry Show, you have a divine meeting with destiny. And he started talking to me, and I told my name was Barbara, and then I invited him to the house for a meal. I didn't invite him to be on the show because I don't know, I guess I just go with what I feel in me. And certain people I've invited to come to the house for a meal, and certain people I've invited to be on the show. Anyways, he said he would come, and boom, this opportunity came up where he got invited to come speak for Benny Hinn, and he had his partner meeting for Friday. Then he added another day, Saturday, for that same location, and then later on the evening for San Diego. So when we were asked to come back to volunteer again, because he only brought 2 assistants, we took that opportunity to go back and even spend more time with him. And it was so worthwhile because he was so appreciative, you know, of the time that we spent with him and all the work that we put in to help him, you know, sell his books and, you know, meet with the people and stuff. And we didn't feel the need to like edge in on anybody's time, because every time he was done with the long line, he would call Joe and me over and he would just hug us and love on us and ask us more about ourselves and got to know us more, right, Joe? It was so different this time. So that's why I felt comfortable enough to invite him to come speak at Bishop Ron's church. And I told the pastor last night in the noise, because it was so noisy in there last night, and I was like, he says, I'm so sorry I couldn't make it Friday. I didn't even know what the reason was why he couldn't make it Friday. I just know he didn't come. And then he said, I said, well, I have good news. I asked him to come preach at the church and he took all your information. I said, I even gave him your personal cell phone that you gave me. And he goes, you have that? I'm like, yeah, you gave it to me 3 years ago. I've never used it, so I don't know if it's the right number. And I showed him the number on a little piece of paper because I didn't want to have to search my phone to find his number at that time. And he was like, yes, that's the right number. You gave him that number? I'm like, yes, I did. He said he'd be calling you. I said, so you better accept the call. I don't know why people don't answer the phone when people call. People will see a weird number show up, or private, or what do you call it? What's the other word that they put for private? Unknown. Then they have another word that they put to blocked. And people will not answer the phone. I answer the phone. And I don't care who stalks me on my phone number, because I've been stalked before on my landline. I don't care who stalks me on my phone number, I answer the phone. And they get a good cussing. I'm telling you, somebody stalks you and you can cuss them out, you feel good when it's done. So, yeah, so, slow down, Joe. Even though the kids are not actually in the street, they're still out and in the front of the school, so it's still 25. Yeah, guys, so, I hope that Dr. Mike comes to teach at my church. Let me tell you why. I am crazy like a fox. Joe, this is green. Joe's not paying attention today. Joe's coming to a stop at a green light.
No, stop. I just need the bell.
Yeah, so anyways, if I make this connection between the two pastors, do you think any of them will forget me? And I'm telling you, Dr. Mike's a multimillionaire. Pastor Ron wants to be a millionaire. He's pretty close, I think, but he wants to be a millionaire. He's got a lot of land and good ideas for the land, whatever. They're working on it. So if Dr. Mike can come and teach there, I'm sure they'll give him an honorarium or something where he'll make money off of coming there. He doesn't charge when he comes, but I'm sure something goes on behind the scenes. And then he can open up doors of opportunity for my Bishop Ron. And that will be a connection that I made. A bridge. Usually Belize people say, no build no bridge, you broke your crutch. And let me tell you what that means. Sometimes you may be friends. Let's say I was friends with Joe. Let's say Joe wasn't my spouse. I was friends with him. And then I might be friends with, let's say, Kevin, Leah's husband. And I wanted to make a connection between them because I thought they would be a good match for a friendship or for something that they needed to do for each other. And then come to find out the friendship took off and they kind of edged me out of the process, right? And so now I don't have any I don't have friends with Joe. I don't have friendship with Joe or with Kevin. That's what you call don't build a bridge to broke your crutch. And Joe, we have to bring the TV for these guys, you know. They're always out when we don't have the TV with us. We have an old TV that my sister gave us that doesn't work, so we have to give it away to those guys that recycle it. Anyways, this time, I don't feel like this is a bridge that's gonna break my crutch. I think this is a bridge.
You're gonna build your crutch.
I think this is gonna be a bridge over my troubled waters. Man, I have so many names to name this vlog right now. This is gonna be a bridge over my troubled waters because none of these men of God are gonna come into money and forgot who made that golden connection. I'm telling you. I think there was a divine reason why Bishop Ron didn't go on Friday, and I think there was a divine reason why Dr. Mike singled us out to help him, and even his assistant, Pastor Ron, he has a Pastor Ron too, really adored Joe, and they made a connection, and Joe really liked that guy because he was so humble, no arrogance at all in him, and really needed the help and really appreciated the help. This man is 59 years old in what? 9 days. Look at him. Look at him. What I have to do now?
Pull up the door, see if you want.
Pull up. Can I fit back here? Okay, yeah, it's wide. Pull up the door.
You're that big that you can't fit back there.
Look here. No start for me. Man, you're 59, you know. You don't belong up there.
Wait, let's go. What you? Leave me alone.
Okay, Michael.
Leave me alone.
Leave us alone. Boy. You go fall, Joe?
I had a minute. Okay.
All them tree climbing that you did in your youth, huh?
Yeah.
I guess Sergio was the one to put this van here because they left Joe's little spot right there. So this one's done. Number 2, number 3, number 4 in the back. This is 5. So we packed 5, right? We packed 5 full, and then we have some here. 2, 4, 6, 8. 10, 12, 14, about 14 boxes for the 6th pallet. And we printed 7, right, Joe? This is going to complete 7 right here. So we have 10 to do to complete 7. And we actually have 12 full pallets. So 12 times 25. And then the last pallet has 7. So we're done with... Oh, we're almost done with printing 7. So that would leave us, after we finish the 10, that would leave us with 5 full pallets plus 7 cases to do. We're not doing bad, guys. We're not doing bad. This guy's not in a rush for it. He's good till the end of October. But I'm in a rush for my money. And I want to be done with this. So when Marie and Dawn comes, even if we have work, it's not going to be big work like this. Where if they come and hang with us, it won't be boring. You know what I mean? Which Marie doesn't care. I mean, she doesn't care, but I care. So let me go turn on the computer, see if there's any emails that I have to answer. We're going to spend 7 minutes with God, and then we're going to go back on the floor. This is the end of the day, 4 o'clock. And we have 4 pallets plus 5 boxes to complete. So 105 boxes. We got in another order. So we're having to try to find place to put these things. This is the order that we got, this jar. We might have to put some stuff on the mezzanine. And this happens from time to time, right, babe? Everything comes at once. Which you know what? But a lot of stuff's coming, but I still don't see a dime. I need money. So I've just been dealing with that car all day, and it smokes and smokes and smokes. God, it stinks. So it's been a long day, but we got a lot done. I'm gonna go home. I don't know if I'll go to the gym today. I might just go visit Leah because I didn't tell you guys last week, but one of the little babies from the church, from Leah's church, she fell into, I guess, the family pool, and it was so scary. Leah had to spend the whole day at the hospital with the mom. And so I want to go find out the update on the baby and all that good stuff. Let me show you the jar that we did like this. It's very different. It's smaller. It's way smaller on the bottom. See how big this one is? And they just assume that we're going to have the tooling to match the bottom when they send their stuff, and it's like, figure it out, you know?
When the red button is on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, guys, see, I'm doing it. Ready. He doesn't want to go back on the boat. Splash.
Splash?
Yeah.